Alright guys, good morning to you. It's December 31st, 2018. It is the last day of 2018. Can you believe that? Unreal, guys. Guess what that means? 2019, new year, new me. Just kidding, that's what they all say. Not gonna be a new me, but gonna continue to do what we're doing. Working hard. We are gonna be working hard. This community is going to grow. We're going to open up an account soon here, and we're going to take on off. But yep, good morning, Eddie, as well. Let's get into today. Stu, what is going on? Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Stu is a new granddad. He is an official granddad as of Christmas 2018. Excited for you. Keep on. What's going on? Good morning to you. So there's a few stocks definitely keeping an eye on today, and I don't want to go into today saying that nothing big can happen, right? Because the last week has been incredible. I mean, the last couple weeks I thought, okay, this is kind of, holiday week. People are traveling around with family and friends. It's Christmas. But no, we've had some huge rips. Some stocks that have really been taken on off, and because of that, I'm not going to go into today thinking that nothing can happen conventionally on a day like today with tomorrow off. So guys, keep that in mind. Tomorrow is off for the new year, and so some are going to be treating today like a Friday. I think there'll be a little bit less volume out there. I'm not going to go in with that mindset. Let's go into today prepared, with our armor on, ready for battle. How's that sound? Cause no one is drinking yet, right? I know it's New Year's Eve, but people aren't popping their bottles yet. Alright, so what's going on? Our leading gapper today is SFET. 46.2%. It's on our up scanner here. SFET, what's going on with SFET? So the shares rose this morning, gapped up in pre-market after the company received an order from the largest Israeli beverage company. So it's received an order from the largest Israeli beverage company, guys. Let's look at the chart on SFET. So it's got a catalyst, that's good. It's gapping up a little bit. Day trading with Chris, what's going on? Good to see you in here, man. SFET, this one is our leading gapper. It's up around 40%, gapping up. It's a nice little gap up. Not too much, not too little. We got a catalyst on it. That's something else we look for. Now let's look at the chart. The yearly chart on this isn't the prettiest. I mean, let's be honest. Not the prettiest here. But what we do got going for it is, you know, a few times in the last 6 months, it has spiked up a decent amount. You know, this one time here, we did open up, you know, around $5 and hit $9, you know, in the same day. 465 with massive volume, ideal. Yeah. So we know that shorts are going to be all over this. I mean, looking at the 6-month chart, you know, shorts are going to be all over this. Has it made its move yet? I mean, it's up 40-some%. There's definitely still room to go. You know, from this day here, we see it can test that 50-day. So 630 is the 50-day. It wouldn't be surprising if it did, like what you're saying, Tune. You know, if it did get that massive volume coming into around that 630 50-day. Yeah, that wouldn't be surprising. Right now, we're sitting, what, kind of like a 50-50, 1-to-1. You know, we're up 50%. Is it going to move up another 50%? Is it going to move down, you know, back to its close of Friday? I think there's probably a little bit more upside for sure. It's not gapping up a whole lot, but what's the tricky part about this, right? Is it going to open up and break pre-market highs at 425, or is it going to continue, or is it going to kind of drop at the start? You know, we're going to scoop it up. So what I would say is keep this area here, guys, on watch. The 13 EMA. Let's pull up the 3-year chart real quick. Yeah, and we pull up the 3-year chart as well. You know, we have a few days where we spike, but I would be expecting this one to retrace its move. You know, just looking at the chart. Just looking at the chart there. That's what we got to pay attention to. But notice how this 13 EMA is pretty much respected, you know, all across the board. So it turns into support here, resistance, resistance, you know, resistance here, support a few days, and that's this 330 level. Good morning, Brad the Baker, big man. What's going on? New Year's Eve, right? I'm excited. 2019 is going to be incredible, incredible year. Very excited for that. SFET. So we'll keep that on watch. I mean, I think the game plan here is, you know, you could play the 425 break, maybe up to 450. You know, it definitely could have more room to move up, so you could potentially scale out there. I don't like to buy breakouts. You guys know that, especially at the open. I like to let the pattern develop, or we'll see just sort of a sell-off at the start of the day. So if we see that, that's when I'm going to be a player on SFET. If we get some type of a sell-off at the start, and where would I want this to sell off to? Ideally, let's take a look at it here. If we could get a 370, see this right here? So we were kind of in this bull flag type of pattern. Draw that out for you guys. So in pre-market, this would be a good entry if you guys play pre-market. I particularly don't enjoy trading pre-market with how liquid it is. But we had 370 support. You know, this is clearly support here. It was resistance, support, 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 support. So we ended up, you know, breaking off of that support level, and we're sitting at 410. If we could pull back to about that 370, 375 area, that's where I would potentially be a player, you know, and if it cracks under that level, that's where I'd be out. You know, minimal risk with a lot of upside potential on it. Does that make sense, guys? So that would be where I would be a player on SFET. Now there's a few other stocks we can definitely go over, and I want to go over some of the top plays from last week that could potentially get the volume as well. So let's start going over some of those. All right. So VTVT, this one's getting some good volume right now, guys. VTVT. We got to definitely go over that one. All right. Yep, VT. So what's going on here? And I put this one on my watch list this morning. I only got like 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 on the watch list this morning. This one was on the watch list before it even started getting this volume. Had it on the watch list down here at 205, but right now, we're seeing some life with it. So let's go over it. Let's go over what happened Friday as well. I traded it for a whopping like 3 cents right here, which is a little embarrassing, but there you go. But what went on here? This was a nice pattern, guys. I really wanted you to see this one from Friday. Really, really nice pattern, developed on it. So what happened? We broke the high of day, which was what, like 160 here. So it got a spike at the start of the day, and that's a level of resistance you definitely want to keep on watch. After the stock retraces, comes back down, starts U-shaping, and then ends up breaking that level. Because once we break that high of day at 160, that now turns into support. Right along these areas here. You see it broke it, then came back down and started getting a few bounces off of it. Bounced right here as well. This is the pattern I want you guys to notice right here. See how we get squeezed together? We draw these lines right here. Get really squeezed together, very tight. That's something you really want to look for. This is one of my favorite patterns, for sure. We get squeezed together. You can notice there's a lot of buyers on this because of these upper wicks. Getting closer to that trend line. It's going to squeeze tight, and what you want to look for when this is happening is what? Volume. See this volume here? So volume kind of fades on off, and then we get the massive volume to come on in into this trade. So yep, that's a really good pattern. I just want you guys to pay attention to that as well. We're set at 255 right now. Okay, so the previous close on this was what? The previous close on VTBT was 225-ish, like 227. That's that key indicator, detailed resistance, that I was going to have you guys pay attention for if it broke that level, 227, because that is certainly a level of detailed either support or resistance that it does matter. Some people just like to trade price action, but having these certain levels of resistance and support really does matter. I mean, or at least keeping them on watch, because certainly other traders keep them on watch as well. So I wanted to give you another example on WATT. WATT, this one on last Thursday closed around 690, and as soon as it cracked that previous day close, it turned into a big short, right? That was a good short once it cracked that previous day close. So always keep the PCL, previous close, on your radar, because that is definitely a trigger point for some of these stocks once it cracks that level, just to fade on off. BTBT, this one is back above that previous close right now, sitting at about 250. I was hoping this one wasn't going to make its move in pre-market. I really hate when these stocks do that, to be honest. But what can you do? What can you do on that? But that's BTBT, and why is that one even moving? The shares jumped. Yeah, Malik. Yeah, great job, dude. Great job. Yeah, keeping these top gainers from last week on watch. Certainly. John Wilson, what's up? Good morning to you. I'm excited for you guys. The 2019 is going to be a huge year for all of us. Excited. So BTBT, why is it even moving right now? They had a catalyst. The company exercised its right to have Mac Andrews and Forbes Group purchase 815,000 shares at $1.84. Man, this thing is taken all off. All right, so that's SFET, that's BTBT we've gone over, and what's left? What else do I want you guys to pay attention to? We're going over some of the stocks that were moving last week. BTBT was certainly one of them. What else is left? So we got ADIL. Pull up ADIL. This one's not really moving right now at all. But if you remember last week, and this is one I traded and took a loss on it, because I was kind of predicting volume. It's my issue, my flaw, I like to predict volume coming into these sometimes. Haven't gone over AMRS. So I want to get... okay, this one must have just popped up. Yeah, it just popped up. I create my watch list, John, like right before 9, and I do the live stream at 9, and then sometimes these pop up out of nowhere. Thank you for bringing that up. We will go over that one. Let's just go ahead and take a look at it. I don't even know why it's up right now. Take a look at his chart. AMRS signing of nutritional product royalty agreement. The CEO said, "We are very pleased with our relationship with Zinfu, an extension of existing strong relationships we have built within China over the last year." Okay. Okay, so rather than a license agreement, they decided to do a royalty rights partnership. Cool deal. So AMRS, that's why we're moving on up right now. Let's take a look at support and resistance on it. It's kind of the steps I take. I look at the catalyst, see what's going on there, and then we move into support, resistance, take a look at the chart. Is it a past chart history ripper? What's the float on it? Does it move? Is it volatile? Is it liquid? Good volume, all that good stuff. Kayak, short of WATT. Nice work, dude. Great. Great work. Do I live on trading? No, I got a business, videography business as well. I do like weddings and real estate, and then of course my wife's a nurse, and she's helping me get my dreams fulfilled as well. So yeah, you guys get married. Certainly helps. Okay, so we got solid 350 support, which that's been respecting. And what do we have here on the daily chart on AMRS? AMRS, we're breaking above that 13 EMA as well, which has served as some tough resistance. We got 526 as the 50-day. We're sitting at about $4 right now. This one isn't gapping up a lot, so we certainly have to keep it on our watch list. I mean, there is, good amount of resistance on it. We can use ISW here to pull up the float on it. And guys, some of you are new. Please go to my home video on my YouTube channel and watch. I go over the Intensity Stock Watch. Yeah, it's a great deal for you guys right now. Going into the new year, you can get these scanners for $30 for a month. Start the year getting these scanners for the month of January, guys. You will not regret it. It will definitely improve, your trading throughout the day. And yep, so float 61 million on this one's not my favorite type of float. We'll keep it on watch. Thanks for bringing that one up, John. What else do we have here? We got ADIL. We didn't go over ADIL. ADIL, this one's from last week. Yeah, this is the one I told you guys I took the loss on. Because we had really solid support here. 550 is good support. Cracked under it. There, I took my, stopped out on that one, but it ended up holding it throughout the day. But we're still holding 550. In fact, we're right above it. Right above 550. This one is kind of a sleeper, so people have their eyes off of it, right? But this one has, in the last couple weeks, been a huge mover. Up down from $1, now it's at 555. So volume can come into this one quick. Just definitely keep this one on your watch list, guys. After that daily breakout we had at about 450, we've been holding those gains fairly well. So I definitely want you guys to keep this one on your watch list if volume does move in. Now Friday I try to predict volume, I got in. That's my problem, that's my issue. So I'm really focusing on confirmation. Kevin, we gotta wait for volume to come in. It's just sometimes frustrating on the long side. If you want to get in at the bottom, you got to get in when there's less volume. On the short side, all the volume can be there, and you just short the top, which is essentially the bottom, right? So that's ADIL. I think that one definitely has potential still. You got to keep it on watch, see if volume can move into it. Now what? BTBT is flying still. 276 now. Oh my God. Yeah. All right, what else do we got to keep on watch? And this one is AWSM, right? AWSM. So this one was a top gainer Friday as well. It's similar to VTVT, where I was watching this before it even got volume, right? But the thing is, this one has not broken above that previous close yet. Previous close on this one is right at like 204, 205. So when we break $2, if we do on AWSM, now volume is not here. So I'm not saying volume is going to come here. I'm just saying this and VTVT I had on watch about at the same time because what? They were movers last week. VTVT, you see, it's kind of like the same type of pattern here. You know, run up, kind of fade on off throughout the day. AWSM, run up, fade on off throughout the day. This isn't rocket science, guys. So always keep these on your watch list. In AWSM, we're watching for kind of the same thing as VTVT. If VTVT fades on off at the start of the day, volume just kind of loses itself and shorts come in, take it over, people take their profits. AWSM, if this one gets the hype and breaks that previous close, this one could start moving on up. But if it doesn't, it's going to be a short, right? This one's going to be a short if it does not get back above that $2, 205. So I would say AWSM, keep this on watch. If it gets volume, we'll trade it around the $2, 205 area. You know, up to, I would say you're safe. I'd say we're safe up to about 220 at least, right? If it comes back under $2, if it doesn't get that volume to break it out, we're good to go. We're going to cut our loss very quick. Very minimal risk. Very minimal risk. So that's AWSM. Why is AWSM even? Why did it even move on Friday? So the company reported an 8-K filing stating its intention to regain NASDAQ listing compliance. That's great, isn't it? It's always good news when a company says, I want to remain compliant on the NASDAQ. It's like, okay, we would hope so. By hiring a new auditing director to replace this recently resigned, someone resigned, their other director resigned, Aaron Saruya. Okay, so the 50-day moving average is at 315. It didn't quite hit that level on Friday. So we'll see. I mean, it definitely could get the volume. Certainly could get the volume. But, do you guys need a review? I know some of you are just joining in, are new. Today, some of you are waking up late. I understand. It's the day before the New Year's. Sometimes we just get a head start into drinking, right? That's just how it goes. Head start in drinking. Alright. So SFET, let's go over the game plan on this one more time. For the new guys coming in here. Also, this is one I did not go over. I didn't go over ANY any, but that's been getting some good volume recently. ANY is it's not my favorite candidate, but I would just say throw it on your watch list. I would say throw it on your watch list because it has over the last few days, had morning spikes, right? So Thursday had a morning spike, and then Friday had a morning spike. So what does that mean? That means today we could certainly have a morning spike on any. So this is how you find, guys. This is how you find stocks and trade them when the market opens. The kind of these sleeper picks. You don't always want to just watch them show up on the scanner and then you're late to the party every single time. That's why oftentimes I'm not late to the party. You do your homework. You figure out what that has the potential to spike in the morning. ANY definitely has some potential here. I would say if it gets volume, this one could hit 350. Could go up even higher than that. I wouldn't trade it. For the world here, we got the 200 DMA at 400, 200-day moving average at $4. that's going to serve as very tough resistance. We have this marked off pretty well. You know, this would have been an incredible short, right? Just because if we look at the daily chart on any, this level of about 385, 390, look at it. I mean, this is perfect. This is beautiful. It doesn't get any prettier than this, guys. Brandon, what's going on? Good morning to you. Merry New Year's Eve. There we go. That's a new one. It doesn't get prettier than this, guys. Resistance. This line drawn here does not get any prettier than that. And that's the 200-day as well. That's a short every day. You guys know I love multiple levels of resistance. I love multiple areas of support. Just beautiful. So we'll keep any on watch. It's had morning spikes the last few days in a row. Keep that on watch as well. We have what, 340 is the previous day close. It's kind of, you know, we had one little candle jump right there at the end. It's not looking too bad. But I think we got a solid watch list, guys. Solid watch list going into today with all these stocks. SFET is our leading gapper. You guys know my game plan on that. We got really nice support down at about 370. That is the support I'm going to be playing. I'm really hoping that this one's going to kind of sell on off down to that 370 level. If it doesn't, you know, some people trade the pre-market break like 425. That's not me. I don't like to trade breaks. I like to buy off of support because it's very solid risk reward, right? If we bounce off of 370 U-shape, scale out half at $4, scale out the rest at 425, yeah, that's what I like, with very minimal risk. A lot of risk, good risk reward there. If you trade the break of pre-market highs, you know, that does work. You know, it definitely does work, but oftentimes we see fake out breakouts. That's why I don't like that as much. So 370, I'll look to see if that one sells off to around that level. Malik, what's the game plan for VTVT? Let's pull up VTVT here. Yeah, what's the game plan for VTVT? You know, this one's already made its move. You know, I'm not going to show up late to the party here unless I had shorts available. So, do you guys have shorts on it? I mean, this one, it is certainly squeezing some shorts out right now. It hit 350 on Friday. Could it retest 350? Yeah, it definitely could. We'll see how the volume is on it. I want to see a sell-off, Malik. I don't want this one to open up, break $3. You know, then it's just gonna fade off really quick. There could still be some meat on the bone here, you know, if we have a sell-off down to like 250, right? I know that's about what, 40 cents, but this one's going straight up. When stocks go straight up, guess what? They come straight back down. I'm not going to buy them at the top of the straight up level. It's not going to happen. Yeah, so I want to see a sell-off, Malik, but I don't like showing up late to the party. Do not like showing up late to the party. I want to see this one come back down some. Yeah, yesterday we closed at, or Friday we closed at about 227. We got the 50-day at 220. We could pull up, you know, we're going to have some resistance at definitely that 350 level. Are we going to be able to retest that? We'll see. We got a few minutes until the market opens. We got to see how volume's going to be, right? Because we got some good candidates on the board with SFET. We got VTVT. We got any, which could possibly get the morning spike, and that's kind of where I would lean more towards, Malik, is something else to get the morning spike. So I could be early, right? Be early to the party. But I'm not saying any's going to get it. I'm just saying it's got it the last couple days. All I do is look at the past just to potentially see what could come in the future, right? That's what I look for. That is what I look for. But, guys, we got a few minutes until the market opens. That's the game plan today. I think we got a pretty solid game plan. You know, just stay safe. You know, cut your losses. Understand your risk reward, you know, on these stocks. I think you guys would be good to go. But tomorrow the market's closed, unfortunately. Kevin, is volume usually lighter on the last trading day of the year? You know, conventionally, this is true. You know, conventionally, it's also true that volume's a little light on like Christmas Eve, right? Half a day, but volume was insane on Christmas Eve. So I'm not going to say it one way or the other. You know, most of the time people would be inclined to think that people are spending time with family and friends, on certain days like Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. But I'm not gonna. Right, yeah. So I'm just gonna go in today just like a normal day. See how the price action is. We'll see how volume is on some of these stocks. But we got a minute and a half, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Really love you guys, and 2019 is going to be a fantastic year. We will see you on Wednesday.